Hi, this is Mark Khalil with ActChangeTransform.com, and if you're watching this video, it's because you searched what to eat when you have colitis. Now, I've had colitis, or I've had IBD, I should say, for 11 years now. I started off with ulcerative colitis. It has now evolved into Crohn's colitis. But what you can eat, that's a question that I asked myself a lot in the beginning. And what I can tell you, it's really going to be based on trial and error. It's not something that's black or white. Now, you're going to find information where it suggests things that you can eat, things that you cannot eat. And some of those things might be, well, you should stay away from dairy, or you should stay away from high fiber foods or fried foods, or, beans, alcohol, these sorts of things. And while that might ring true for some people, it doesn't for everybody. For instance, I'm okay with drinking alcohol from time to time. In fact, it does not bring on any symptoms at all. For other people, it puts them into a world of hurt. And it's not going to be the same for everyone. I've compared a lot with other people that have Crohn's or colitis, and what they can eat isn't necessarily what I can eat. For instance, I can't eat beans or legumes, but I have other people that have colitis that can eat those things. I can't eat things that are high in fiber, so instead of eating whole wheat, I'm eating, white bread and those sorts of things. I would like to eat whole wheat, but it's not worth the aftermath, so to speak. So, and the other thing that you need to take into consideration is the severity of the disease. Now, if you have, minor or very, how can I put it? If your disease is not severe, let's just say, you're just taking a 5 ASA or something like that, and if you have IBD, you'll know what I'm talking about. You may be able to tolerate things that the person with severe colitis or Crohn's cannot tolerate. I'm in the category of the severe, very active colitis, not in the mild category. So what somebody in the mild category can eat, I can't eat, and vice versa. It's really trial and error. You got to do a lot of research, but trial and error is the main thing. You will discover over time what you can eat, what you cannot eat, and there are going to be times where you want to eat certain things and you shouldn't, and you will suffer the consequences later on. The biggest thing I suffered with for a long time, when I was still getting accustomed and getting acquainted with this disease, so to speak, was driving to work. I live in Southern California, and it takes about an hour and a half, or it took me about an hour and a half to and from work. Now, somebody with the IBD, with Crohn's or colitis, knows that can be a nightmare. I knew I was constantly thinking about, am I going to be in the wrong place at the wrong time? If I need to use the bathroom, am I going to be able to get there in time, or am I going to have what I call an IBD accident or a Crohn's accident? It happened a number of times. It's very frustrating, and at that point, I really made the choice that I couldn't commute to work anymore. It was too difficult, and that's when I started working from home. And it was probably the best decision I've ever made since moving from Canada to Southern California. So if you want to learn more about what it is that I'm doing, I'm stress-free working at home. I don't have to worry about running to the restroom or if I'm going to make it in time or not. I know I'm going to make it. And so that's one less thing I need to worry about, deal with. I don't have to worry about the long commute to work and sitting in traffic and being in the wrong place at the wrong time, as I mentioned earlier. If you're interested in knowing what it is that I'm up to, go ahead and check out my website below, ActChangeTransform.com. I will have a link in the description below as well. Make sure you just take it easy. Don't go crazy with things. It is trial and error, like I said. If you have any questions, just drop me a message in the comments below. I'd be happy to answer them for you. This is Mark Khalil. Take care, and I wish you all the best on your journey.